كيكاين شنو شنو وصلوا يا كيكاين شنو شنو وصلوا
Shalom. Call Loyam La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Bakta Yahweh, Bakta Yahawashi, Bakta Rakha Kodash, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Shalom and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elder bishops and the elders in the Akim and the Akwath of the hopeful elect. Shalom. So I want to go into a quick video giving that update right there. We just seen the Nile River is completely red. That's one of the main plagues, of ancient Egypt. And those plagues, the Most High is bringing them all back with the locusts destroying agriculture and crops, throughout in Africa, throughout the four corners of the earth, and blasting the crops here in America, meaning like, destroying them with caterpillars and, and insects, and everything. And then also all of the everything conversion, just further proof, that this is the end and that the Messiah will be returning soon, according to these prophecies. The first video, the blood of the Nile River, the blood water at the Nile River. And over the years, recently, there's been blood rivers in China and throughout other areas throughout the earth. The Most High showing the clear signs, just high time to awaken out of sleep and return to the Lord before it's too late. The doors of mercy are about to close. And then the second video is what it was the Euphrates River, just more proof, and that was taken on October 26th, a few weeks ago. Today is November 11th or November 10th, yeah. And so 2023, and so October 26th was that video just done recently over the Euphrates River, how that's still dry, how that's dried up, as that's biblical prophecy and the ancient biblical plagues of the Nile River that has that blood in the waters. Let's see. Yeah, so here is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 11. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm. And that's going ultimately into Yahawashi when he delivers the Israelites, when he returns. And smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. So seeing the Nile River with completely red, representing the blood, and then the Euphrates River is still dried up, and it's completely dry pretty much. And is it a coincidence now, as the scriptures say about how the Most High said he will gather all the nations over there, that he said that the way of the kings of the earth will be prepared. So is that a coincidence now that the Euphrates River dried up over the last couple of years, and then now the little hats and them the Ukrainian war had started everything, kicked off everything with Russia, and then now, the little hats doing this now with Hamas and the Muslim people are getting riled up now, the wild man of the earth, as prophesied in the book of Genesis. And then now you have what? The kings of the earth all converging into that region now, over there by the Euphrates and over there by the Mediterranean Sea, America. It's just everything, it's just flowing beautifully, and everything is in the Holy Scripture. So that lets you know that the Bible is real and the Almighty Power is the author of the Bible, Salakia. So the Most High is the author of the Holy Scriptures. He's the author of our steps and mankind's and all nations' steps. All nations have had a chance to rule the earth, but ultimately the Most High, He will choose who? Israel. And we'll get that in Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1. It says, for the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, will have mercy on Jacob. Excuse me. And will yet choose Israel. So he's going to have mercy on, he's having the Most High doing this until they, doing all these plagues and destroying these heathen nations and their economies and gearing them up for war, for World War III. It's because it's the Most High. He's now having mercy upon Israel again, because these nations have not needed to go into war like this, because they've been in their heaven while because they had all conspired to keep the Israelites down, right? So-called Black Latinos, Native American Indians, who are the lost 12 tribes of Israel. And then now the Most High is having mercy. He's turning back into us now. And now with that, because if the Most High has turned against us, then the other nations are going to thrive and be winning on top of us, as they have been. But then when the Most High turned back into the Israelites, it's a beautiful thing, Then all the other nations are now in fear. They're in uncertainty. The unsurety of their nation and their economy. That's why the economies are changing so rapidly, right? Because Esau is trying to change with the prophecies, because he's trying to keep his economy strong by changing everything to the digital economy, but that won't matter, And so, is it a coincidence the great awakening of the Israelites is occurring? That's because the Most High is having mercy upon, at the end, for eternity, the Most High is going to have mercy upon the Israelites and not the heathen. For the Lord, verse 1, for the Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahawashi, will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. Where's that? Over there in Israel. The Most High is going to set us over there in Israel, not us make ourselves a state and send ourselves and put ourselves back in that land like we know some little has to have done, right? And also Palestine. The Muslims over there, they are in our land. 2 heathen nations are in our land. So they don't fit the prophecy. The Most High is going to set us over there. No one should be over there right now, but the heathen is going to do heathen things, right? And set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them, because they're going to go into captivity. The strangers, the heathen, they're going to be our subjects. And when we go over there, because Psalms 2:8 says, ask of me, and I will give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. So that's why the heathen is going to be joined to us. Why? Because they're going to be put in their slave quarters to build up our nation, our homeland, the holy land that they've been destroying. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Yeah, cleaving, because they're going to be our subjects, our servants. Verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, their slave quarters. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, for servants and handmaids. And that's why they're going to cleave to us. They're going to cleave to us. We're going to assign them their slave quarters, take them to their place of servitude, where they're going to lodge in, and then they're going to come out and they're going to be serving us day in and day out until the Most High, until the time appointed by the Most High, headed by Yahawashi in his realm. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, for servants and handmaids. and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. So Most High is flipping the script now because he's going to have mercy on us. They took us into captivity. Now they have to go into captivity according to Revelations 13 and verse 10. Whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. That's a beautiful thing. I believe it's Revelation 2 and 27. We shall dash them into, to pieces. And so that's the Most High having mercy upon the Israelites at the end. Yep. Revelation 2 and 27. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken in shivers, even as I received of my Father. So the Most High allowed Yahawashi, he blessed Yahawashi to inherit all things in this realm. And that includes the heathen and his body, the 1/3 elect, which will rule with him as joint heirs. And he's going to break them into shivers, right? And he received the heathen, and then the Israelites are going to inherit the heathen as well in their own portion under Yahawashi, under Yahweh and Yahawashi. So it's about to go down. And also, the BRICS, that stands for Brazil, Russia, India, East India, China, and South Africa. The BRICS with the S now. They're going to, they have this new economy that they're about to start with the digital dollar, digital currency that they have, right? And Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, they just recently joined into the economic union with them, with Brazil, Russia, with the BRICS. And that's a major, that's a death blow to the American dollar, the petrodollar, because Saudi Arabia is the world's #1 producer of oil on the planet, and they were selling their oil. You could purchase their oil. In the petrodollar, and that's what made the U.S. dollar so strong. The #1 oil producing nation on the planet, the Saudi Arabians, only sold and bought, exchanged their oil for currency in the U.S. dollar. Now that they are ditching the dollar and linking up with Brazil and Russia and China, and using a different currency other than and kicking the dollar to the curb, putting by the dollar, then the same way the Most High put by Esau, that's going to put that dollar, render it useless, because it's only the only thing. It was two things attached to that dollar: oil, making it strong, but then that debt, because every dollar there's debt and interest on it. Now after the oil is the oil allowed the debt to be okay. They were able to overcome the debt that the dollar creates because of the backing of the oil from the Saudi Arabians and then United Arab Emirates as well, over there in that region. But now you take away the strength of that oil. Now the only thing that dollar is good for is debt. And what's debt good for? Nothing. So that dollar is going to become basically either you can piece it together like a quilt, use it for a blanket, or use it for toilet paper. And that's the only thing the U.S. dollar is about to be worth now. And that's starting January 1st, 2024. Where Saudi Arabia and that new economy, the digital exchange and currency that they're about to use with Russia and China and Iran, South Africa and Brazil and everyone else that's allies with them, right? In that economic new union. So it's just going down, man. Everything is coming together so swiftly, And that's let's see, I'm gonna see if I can find it. Shit. Satan. Man, it's the app be tripping, man. I know that's it. Let me see. Let me look up lightning. What? That's how you spell lightning, man. This thing tripping, man. This thing very tedious. I was just trying to get the precept of, like scripture said about I seen Satan as lightning fall from heaven. So that's Esau, and that petrodollar is falling like lightning as well. The economy, everything, his rulership, his grip on society, on their minds, the mind control he's had on the people, everything is falling like lightning. So, okay, let me see. We'll go ahead and get, see, because what's happening in this prophecy that people sleep on, mainly Christianity, because they don't understand prophecy. This is a very slept on one here, but the prophets, elders, and teachers, great millstone, they brought this out here. Jeremiah 49:20. Therefore, hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. That's going into the little hats. So they're drawing out all these nations, because America now, they took their military and sent it over there to the region of the Mediterranean Sea, which is prophecy in Joel 2:20, to back up Israel, to support them, because they have to support them in all things. The false Israel. So and so that's what that did. That's made, because the Israelis war with the Hamas, drew out Hezbollah, and then that brought out Iran, backing Hamas and Hezbollah, and we know who's going to back Iran, which is Iran, or the modern day Persians, and then remember the ancient ally of the Persians, the Medes, and who are the modern day Medes? Russia, the bear, Russia. So everybody's getting drawn out because of these little hats. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. So that's what's happening right now. The little hats is bringing everyone out. And the Most High is doing that, and he's gathering them all to that valley over there. In Revelation 16 and verse 4. And the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. And that's what's happening. The Most High let that example, pop up from time to time throughout these last days to show you that this is the same times, like that judgment about to come forth with that Nile River that just became blood, right? So pretty intense. It says verse 12, and the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up. And that was that second video, just further showing that the Euphrates, is dried up. It's very dried up. That the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. So what way? The way of them traveling, and all that region is about to just gather in it within that radius of that landmass, all the militaries, and they're getting prepared to get wiped out, because it's their time to go ahead and receive that judgment. So the militaries, that's the strength of every nation, their military. So after that military gets wiped out, what strength does a nation have? They're going to be beaten to submission, and the citizens are going to go into captivity, beginning with the elites. Because the elites, they don't fight in the wars, they just send their military, right? So the elites are still going to be alive. They're going to get rounded up, and they're going to go head first into captivity, under Yahweh and Yahawashi. That's Yahawashi going to take all their crowns and put them in captivity. Verse 13. And I saw the three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophets. See, these three unclean spirits rule the earth, and every spirit, and every frog has, which is an unclean spirit. They all have a particular purpose. So there's an unclean spirit out of the dragon, and we know who the dragon is in Revelation 12. That's America. and that's the Roman Empire reborn and rebirthed through America. So that dragon, that's the military of the earth that keeps everybody in check. And then, and out of the mouth of the beast, we know that beast is the Roman Empire that is what rebirthed through the dragon, because this, and I think it's Revelation 13. That beast was wounded to death, but the dragon, but that deadly wound was healed through the spirit of the dragon, because that's America. The spirit of Rome is in that dragon and brought back the old ancient Roman Empire, that beast, which is the NATO and the EU, because that European area over there, United Kingdom and all of those areas, Great Britain and them, that's the European Union, and then the NATO. The NATO is the allies with America. So that's the fourth beast in that region of that they got revised through the Treaty of Rome. And then, and out of the mouth of the false prophet, that's how they keep control of the minds, spirits, and souls of the people through the false religions that all spurned from the Roman Catholic Church. That's the false prophet, the that so-called Pope, that whatever they want to. I gotta look up that name, but that word, but Pope, that's the false prophet of that Roman Catholicism, and all denominations over here that we know about. And all denominations come from that pretty much, except for the ancient Babylonian madness. But because in 300 AD, that's around 300 AD is when the Roman Catholic Church became the religion, came about. And then 300 years later, around 600 AD, is when the Islam nation came about. Religion came about for the Arabs, because so-called Muhammad, he was the false prophet that stole all of the that plagiarized the Bible, because he loved the customs of the Israelites, and when he was rejected by the Israelites, he got upset, and he went ahead and just plagiarized the Bible and created his own, you know, sick, the profane religion off of it, because him and his people used to pray towards the east, towards the temple, like we do, like the Israelite. That's the Israelites' custom, to pray towards the east, towards the holy temple over there. But when he got upset, he had them turn around and face and turn their back and face and preach the other way towards, pray towards Mecca, which is a stupid stone that they worship, a dumb dead stone. So that cobblestone, they call it, right? So, but anyway, so all these false religions come from the false prophet, which is the Roman Catholic Church, because everyone go over there and kiss the ring of the Pope. So those are those three frogs, the unclean spirits coming out of the dragon, the beast, and the false prophet. Verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils working miracles. They working these miracles because they cast spells upon these wonders that they do. Dropping the bombs and everything, and they say thinking that who can make war with the beast, and which go forth into the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Almighty. So that's what's going on. They've been running roughshod, these three unclean spirits, America, the whore with the military, and then also out of that beast. That's the other aspect. That's the key aspect too of Salakia. So right here in verse 13, and out of the mouth of the beast, right there, that's the NATO and EU. And what's run out of there, out of London, that's the financial center of the earth. Because I even dabbled into a little bit of that day trading, the forex currency, the foreign exchange currency. That's actually far greater and far more lucrative than the stock market once you get it down. But so it make Wall Street, Wall Street is child's play compared to the foreign exchange market, because Trillions of dollars is exchanged every day in that market. And then unlike the Wall Street, which has billions exchanged, on it. So it's trillions compared to billions. So that out of the mouth of that beast, that's the NATO EU, and that region is Europe, and the financial the dominant financial currency, the financial district is all run out of London, because that's the headquarters of the financial district, or financial, whatever you want to call it, right? But London is the and when you do research, you'll learn about that. So America, the dragon, the military strength, that's the muscle, and then the beast, that's the NATO EU, the European landmass over there, where the financial district, the financial headquarters is of the earth. And so that's that's beginning with those Rockefellers and Rothschilds. So they have the money, the Federal Reserve Bank currency, and then you have the false prophet, which is the Roman Catholicism. So the military might, the financial power, and then the spiritual brainwashing of the spirit of the false religions. So that's how they had it. Those are those three unclean spirits. So they've been running roughshod over the entire earth, and now all the nations are mad because they realizing that it was all a unclean game that they've been playing and dominating the earth. So verse 16. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon. Like, ooh wee, Armageddon. That's everybody love to talk about that word Armageddon, but they don't even really understand what that is. So Armageddon, when you go into it, it means the hill or city of Megiddo. And when you read this passage right here, it says in Revelation 16:16, the scene of a struggle, that's a typo. It says of the struggle. So we'll say the scene of a struggle of good and evil is suggested by that battle plain of Esdra Elon, which was famous for two great victories, of Barak over the Canaanites and of Gideon over the Midianites, and for two great disasters. Salaki. The deaths of Saul and Josiah. Hence in Revelation, a place of great slaughter, the scene of a terrible retribution upon the wicked. And what's retribution? That's payback. And the wicked, or the chief wicked, are the Edomites, so-called white race. And what have they done? Destroyed the apple of the Most High's eye, the children of Israel. Because precious in the sight of the Most High is the death of his saints. And that's the retribution that's about to come. The RSV translates the name as Har-Mageddon. Har-Mageddon, i.e., example, the hill, as R is the city of Megiddo. So this is a compound word, compounded together. So when you break it down, it's Har. Har means hill or city or town. So that's that region over there in the Euphrates area, the city of Megiddo. The city of Megiddo. So it's two different words. See right here, root word etymology. See, this word comes from and then it shows you that this word Armageddon comes from Hebrew words. See, of the Hebrew origin, H2022. We'll get that real quick. Har means hill, mountain, hill country, mount. So is it not Armageddon? It's Har-Mageddon. So Har means hill. It's a hill or city in Megiddo. Of Megiddo. Then we'll get the second word here. It's a compound word, like like can't. That's a compound word, cannot. So this is compounded like that. So it's H4023, Megiddo or Mageddon. So it means Mageddon or Megiddo means place of crowds. The ancient city of Canaan assigned to Manasseh, and we know Canaan was the land that we took, and that's the homeland of Israel in Jerusalem. So that's in the region area around there, near the Euphrates River, in a big massive area of judgment that's going to happen over there. And that's why the Euphrates River is dried up, and the armies are going to go over there for their judgment. The heathen armies are going to receive their judgment. Ancient city of Canaan assigned to Manasseh. See, and that's an area in the tribe of Manasseh, or Manasseh in the Hebrew. They took over that area and located. Now it's obviously abandoned now because they're not over there. The Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners to Manasseh and located on the southern rim of the plain of Esdra Elon, 6 miles from Mount Carmel and 11 miles from Nazareth. So it's close to where the Messiah, come out of. But and the Messiah is going to return back into that region to wipe them out. So now, okay, so that's what Mageddon. So the city of a place of crowds. So what crowds is this going to be? Going to be the crowds of these militaries of the heathen nations militaries. That's going to be those crowds. That's going to be in that region now. The battle of the hill of the place of crowds. The battle of the area of all of the heathen armies of the earth is going to get gathered over there. That's all that battle of Armageddon is. The battle of the city or hill of where all these heathen nations are getting. The Most High is drawing them all over there, right? As we just read. He's drawing all. That's all that is. The battle. They put this false, fairy tale understanding on what Armageddon is. When you break down the word Armageddon, Har means the city, the mount, in that region, the city of the place of crowds. And it's going to be a crowds of armies over there from Russia, India, China, South Africa, North Korea, South Korea. All these heathen armies are going to get taken over there. They're all drawn in over there. And the Israeli army, the fake Israel. And so that's what that's all about. And then in the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary here, I looked up that word, Megiddo, to get a little bit more information. So you can buy you a Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, and check it out. Got a lot of great information in there for scholastic, secondary, scholarly, factual information. So Megiddo right here says, a city situated on the Great Road, which linked Gaza. So, and now you kind of see it. So basically the battle, the World War III has begun. And a mini version of Armageddon is happening because they are over there battling Gaza, which is similar in the area, some of the parts of the area of the Armageddon over there. It says, a city situated on the Great Road, which linked Gaza and Damascus, and controlling the principal pass through the Carmel Range, connecting the coastal plain and the plain of Esdra Elon. The road was the channel for the flow of peaceful commerce, and it was like a neutral traveling commerce route for nations in the ancient times. The road was a channel for the flow of peaceful commerce, and also the route by which the armies of antiquity marched. And they're going to be in, there's nothing new under the sun. They're going to go back over there now to receive their judgment by the Most High Power through his son, Yahawashi. One of the best recorded and most interesting military operations of ancient times took place at Megiddo when Thutmose III defeated an Asiatic coalition headed by the king of Kadesh. The importance of the city is reflected in the statement of the Egyptian king that the capture of Megiddo was the capture of 1,000 towns. So that's that that's that place of crowds, different nations, and that's part of why it got its name. But the modern understanding is the place of crowds is going to be those all the heathen military is going to get gathered over there for their judgment. The continuing practicality of the Megiddo Pass for the movement of troops is seen from its effective use in 1918 by Allenby, whose cavalry thus took the Turks by surprise. The first mention of Megiddo in the Bible is in the list of kings defeated by Joshua of the Jordan, west of the Jordan, in the tribal allotments. Megiddo was in the territory of Manasseh, but this tribe was unable to conquer Megiddo and other fortress cities which rimmed the plains of Estri alone and Jezreel. And then now this other passage right here we're going to read real quick. It says, there is but one reference to Megiddo in which is Mageddon, in the prophetical writings of the Old Testament. Zechariah mentions a heathen mourning which took place in the plain of Estri alone. On that day, the mourning in Jerusalem will be as great as the mourning for Hadad Rimmon in the plain of Megiddo. And that's in Zechariah 12:11, I believe, yeah. The single New Testament reference to Megiddo. See, Mageddon wasn't referenced many times, only twice. One time in the Old Testament, and then one time in the New Testament. We just read that. We're reading that here in Revelation 16:16. So the single New Testament reference to Mageddon is in Revelation 16:16, where the word Armageddon is compounded from the Hebrew Har-Mageddon, hill of Megiddo. So hill of the gathering of crowd of people. It's like I'm trying to remember it the best that we just read it. Har-Mageddon, hill of Megiddo, at which place the battle of the great day of Yahweh Almighty, and in Revelation 16:14 we just read too, will be fought. It won't be a fight. It's going to be a no contest. The Messiah, he's not going to break a sweat. That's spoken of in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. That's where the great day of the Lord is going to be fought. That's going to be the last time, because America's going to get wiped out with nukes. And then after America's wiped out with nukes, then the heathen armies are going to be gathered. They're going to be over there in the valley of because they're going to be trying to fight for supremacy after America's taken out. They're going to try to fight for supremacy now. A bunch of thieves. They're going to be fighting each other. The reservoir dogs going to be linking up and fighting. They're going to team up to take out America, but then that alliance is going to be cutthroat soon after, because now they all going to want that reign and rulership over the earth. And so what's going to happen? They're going to still be trying to fight, and then the Messiah is going to wipe out their armies after that. So that's what's going down. All these places. So that's what Har-Mageddon is. Actually, Har-Mageddon, the hill of the gathering of crowds. And what are those crowds? The heathen nations. So we get that second word again. So Megiddo or Mageddon means what? Place of crowds. So the hill of the place of crowds. You just can't say it enough. This is beautiful. It's all coming to fruition. The Most High is having mercy upon the Israelites, because it's time to go back home for eternity and everlasting peace. And that's just such a comforting, relaxing statement to say, in the spirit. Yahawashi. So with that being said, I hope this video is edifying. To the next video I say, Shalom.